What's up, everybody, and welcome back to Post Hype. Today we're going to be discussing a designer clothing brand trying to make their way into the world of gaming, as well as the possible return of the beloved Xbox 360. Maybe not in the way you think, however. And we have a banger of a story to wrap up the video that you're not going to want to miss. We will be talking about Microsoft's recent attempt to acquire Activision Blizzard for $68 billion and how their number one enemy might not be the ones you think. If you guys like any of the stories we talk about today, make sure to smash that like button. It really helps us out here at the channel. However, let's not waste another second and jump right into our first story of the day, which is going to be a little more fun and lighthearted. This one's coming from a tweet from Dexerto that says Tommy Hilfiger getting into the gaming space. Now, I don't know about you guys, but if you asked me in 2005 if I thought any popular brand, clothing related or not, would do some sort of crossover collab with a gaming product, I'd look you dead in your eyes and call you a liar. And I wouldn't break eye contact till it became really awkward. Okay, but luckily I don't have to do that today. Let's go ahead and take a look at these right here. We have a Tommy Hilfiger gaming headset, a Tommy Hilfiger gaming mouse, and a kit that comes with a keyboard, mouse, and headset combined. Now, I don't know about you guys, but when I look at this, I think, crap. This looks like crap. This is really bad, actually. I mean, look at this. This is a $30 headset that Tommy Hilfiger slapped their logo on. This mouse, 60 bucks maybe? Like, what is this? And the kit? Come on. I mean, you know Tommy Hilfiger is just in this for a cash grab, unfortunately. I would like to think that they're trying to compete with the Logitechs and the Razors of the world, but maybe the skepticism in me just doesn't allow that. This is going to be something that's overpriced and not worth the money. And as cool as it would be to see a collab like this, I'm not copping anything like this. You guys let me know down in the comments below. Are you going to get the Tommy Hilfiger keyboard, mouse, and headset? Or are you going to pass and go with something maybe a little bit better? However, that does lead us into our second story of the day, which has to deal with the Xbox 360. Now, just a few days ago, the Xbox 360 celebrated its 17th anniversary. Now, 17 years ago, it was 2005, but it wasn't until 2007 when me personally, I remember having a dinner with my family, watching the TV, and seeing that Starry Night Halo trailer where John 117 Master Chief is laying in the grass looking up at the stars above, and he had a dream to become Master Chief and throw down a bubble shield, kill a bunch of brutes, kill a bunch of grunts, beat a bunch of elites up. And I had a dream after that too, to get the Xbox 360. Now, this was peak Xbox Microsoft marketing. This was peak exclusives, and it couldn't get much better. And honestly, the numbers support that. This article right here goes on to say the Xbox 360 remains the best-selling console, and by a comfortable margin. What made the Xbox 360 so popular was it had a great controller. And if you believe that, then you're going to be super excited to see this tweet from Hyperkin, now announcing the Xenon, a replica of the official Xbox 360 controller licensed and designed for Xbox, the Series X, the Series S, and the Xbox One, as well as PC on Windows 10 and 11. Now, as a PC gamer, nothing brings more warmth to my heart than seeing that I'm going to be able to relive those glory days and boot up an Xbox 360 title with an Xbox 360 controller in my hand. Here's a little bit of a closer look with the hashtag #KeepO5 alive. Now, thank you, Hyperkin, for putting in this effort and work. I can't wait till this product comes onto shelves and online. I mean, if it ever does, I'm gonna get one. You guys let us know down in the comments below. Are you even excited about this? Are you as hyped about the Xbox 360 controller? And do you think it's one of the best controllers that was ever made? I've heard that a lot. I don't know how I feel. I love the Xbox One controller, and I'm not a hater of the PlayStation DualSense or DualShock controllers. So I don't know. Like I said, let us know down in the comments below. What's your favorite controller, and are you excited for this one coming out? However, that's going to lead us into our big boy right now. The biggest story that we've ever covered on this channel is $68 billion story. Activision trying to be acquired by Microsoft. Now, look, there's a bunch of hurdles that they're having to go through right now, both by law enforcement in the US and across the pond all over the world. This is a worldwide issue, but Sony is not making it easy for Microsoft. Now, look at this right here. We're going to jump into this. It says, Battlefield can't keep up with Call of Duty, says Sony. Huh? Xbox says PlayStation has better exclusive game. Whoa. This is not how you promote your company. What's going on here? All my Xbox fanboys and my PlayStation fanboys, they're pulling their hair out right now. Like, come on, we've been riding for you for so long, and you're just going to say the other company's better? This isn't how business works. But maybe it is. there might be a little bit of a secret happening behind the scenes, and it has to do with that acquisition for $68.7 billion. An acquisition on this scale would be by some distance the largest in the industry's history, and some of Activision Blizzard's franchises, Call of Duty in particular, may have attracted the most attention. Now that's for a specific reason, because we have both the UK, the watchdog, announced in-depth investigation of Microsoft Activision's Blizzard deal, as well as the FTC likely to challenge Microsoft's $69 billion Activision takeover, with the central to the FTC's concerns being whether acquiring Activision would give Microsoft an unfair boost in the video game market. All right, but let's talk about this and maybe take a step back for a second. Do we really think that the simple act of Microsoft acquiring Activision Blizzard would monopolize the gaming industry to the point where there's just no competitive nature? I mean, Sony already has so many exclusive titles. They have The Last of Us, the Spider-Man games, they have the Ghost of Tsushima, Ragnarok, God of War. Like, there's just so many. How is it impossible to fathom Microsoft and Sony still competing with each other if Call of Duty became a Microsoft or Xbox exclusive? I don't know, and Sony is definitely trying to get that point across and make it seem like they're the underdog, when if you look at the numbers like we will at the end of this video here, that's not exactly the case. But it isn't all bad news for Microsoft. Investigations don't mean any action is necessarily going to be taken, and in some countries the deals have already been waved through, such as Brazil, which has become the second country after Saudi Arabia to wave through the Microsoft acquisition. To be frank about it though, Sony just wants to make this acquisition as difficult as possible for Microsoft and will say more or less anything in order to do so. But the funniest part is that this leads Sony lawyers to make the surprising choice of dunking on Battlefield. Like, what? Battlefield of all games? This is so funny. Let's read this a little bit further. Other publishers do not have the resources or expertise to match its success, talking about Call of Duty, that is. To give an example, Electronic Arts, one of the largest third-party developers after Activision, has tried for many years to produce a rival to Call of Duty with its Battlefield series. But despite the similarities between Call of Duty and Battlefield, and despite EA's track record in developing other successful AAA franchises such as FIFA, Mass Effect, Need for Speed, and Star Wars Battlefront, let's keep that in mind, Star Wars Battlefront right there, the Battlefield franchise cannot keep up. Hilariously though, Star Wars Battlefront is developed by DICE, who makes Battlefield. So literally Sony's lawyers, in their attempt to say that they don't have a franchise that can willingly compete with Call of Duty, say that the franchise that competes the most with Star Wars Battlefront can't compete with Whoa. So the same development team who makes one game that is competing is incapable of competing? Make it make sense. Now look, I'm all against monopolies. I want competition in business. Competition breeds good business, and it's better for the consumers, for us, for the gamers at the end of the day. However, I don't think this acquisition is going to ruin everything. And if we go a little bit forward here and take a look at these numbers, it's not really what you think it is. Look at this. We have Tencent making $32.9 billion in 2021, Sony in second place with $24.8 billion, and Microsoft almost making $10 billion less with $16.28. So you're telling me that this acquisition, where Microsoft is spending almost double or triple what they're gonna make in the next few years on one studio, or I guess two studios alone, is going to ruin Sony? This is crazy. This is where it gets a little crazy to me. So if we back up just a little bit, look, it says, while there have been a handful of solid Xbox exclusives over the past few years, PlayStation has more consistently been knocking it out of the park with their titles. Like I said earlier, Ghost of Tsushima, God of War Ragnarok, The Last of Us. But Microsoft, the mega corporation, outright said that Sony has more exclusives and they are of better quality. It's worth noting though that the company is only doing so as a way to try and convince regulators that it's okay to purchase Activision Blizzard. But look at the real problem here, in my opinion. What was Tencent making? $32 billion? That's double what Microsoft is making. And we're worried about Microsoft right now. We need to be worried about Tencent. I mean, look at this. It's worth noting that compared to other companies that might see profit dips until a major release hits the market, those exclusives we're talking about, Tencent saw steady growth during each financial quarter. The gaming company has also have shares in Epic Games and Activision and publishes the free-to-play Call of Duty Online. Tencent has shown very consistent quarterly revenue growth for a few years in a row due to its focus on online free-to-play games and more recently mobile games. Tencent, the China-based publisher that owns League of Legends, is now considered the largest gaming company in the world. Tencent is bigger than EA, Microsoft, and Activision. Wait. So Sony is going after Microsoft, and these governments are going after Microsoft when Tencent owns part of Call of Duty, owns League of Legends, owns Valorant, has stake in Epic Games, which owns Fortnite. Whoa, but we're talking about Microsoft? What is this right now? When I found out this information, when I dug this up for this video, my mind was just absolutely blown. Like, this is crazy. They are making this out to be such a big deal, and the competitive nature between Sony and Microsoft really takes up the forefront of your mind when in reality, Tencent's blowing them both out the water. They're the ones who are monopolizing and who we should be focused on if we're going to even try and talk about antitrust or anything like that. I don't know. It's just absolutely crazy. So when we see articles like this on Twitter saying Xbox says PlayStation has better exclusive games, Battlefield can't keep up with Call of Duty, it's all just a bunch of bullshit in my opinion. Like, this is just something for us to look at when it's not the main focus. If we're going to be worried about monopolization, we should be looking at Tencent, because Microsoft and Sony aren't even in the competition right now. So that's my opinion on the matter. This $68 billion story really caught my attention, and I needed to dig a little bit deeper and let you guys know what I thought about it, and maybe also provide some background information that you didn't know as well, because on the surface, it does look like Microsoft is doing the wrong thing. This $68 billion is such a big number, and this acquisition with Call of Duty, which obviously is one of the most popular games, is a big deal, and it could be sketchy in a certain sense. But when you look at the bigger picture, I don't think it's as big a deal as everyone's making it out to be. And the UK and the FTC and the UK's watchdogs, are really hounding on Microsoft right now when I don't think it's really deserved. I mean, we do have to be careful, and we don't want corporations to monopolize, but we need to be looking at the right corporations, and that's my take on it. Anyways, this has been Post Hype. I'm your host, MJ. If you guys have anything you want to say about the stories we talked about today, feel free to leave a comment down below. And if you liked the video, make sure to smash the like button. And if you didn't like the video, let us know where we can improve. We always appreciate the feedback. Thank you to all 7 subscribers that we've got so far on the channel. We really appreciate it. And I love you guys. Have a great day. Have a happy Thanksgiving, even though this might be uploaded tomorrow. And I'll see you around next time. Peace out.